Hello everyone, I'm Greg and I'm a beginner triathlete. I want to share my journey, what I learn, and to bring you along all these adventures. So, I realized that the first video did not really explain what this channel was about. So today I'm going to tell you a bit more about triathlon itself and how I came into it. So what is triathlon? It's pretty straightforward: swim, bike and run, and between each of the sports you have the transition, which are often referred to as the fourth discipline. But that's where it gets complicated, because then you have many different type of races, different distances, and here I'm only gonna focus on the ones I'm gonna race, or at least the ones I'm interested in. So the most common one would be the Olympic distance, or M for medium. Well, as the name says, that's the one you see at the Olympics. So for example, the one you're gonna see in Tokyo this summer. Basically, it's 1.5 kilometers of swim, 40 kilometers of cycling, and 10 kilometers of running. So the pros take approximately 2 hours. So, and from that you have different variations of shorter or longer races. So for the shorter ones, you have the S or sprint triathlons, which is exactly half of the distance of the Olympic distance. And then you have the XS, which is the super sprint triathlon. So it's approximately a quarter of the Olympic. So for the longer events, I won't get you confused too much with all the different possibilities, because you have different brands, different names, or yeah, so they all have different distances. You have the ITU, the Ironman, yeah, like different stuff. I'm just gonna talk about the Ironman. Basically, the Ironman distance, which you've probably heard of even if you're not into triathlon, it's 3.8 kilometers of swimming, 180k of cycling, and then you finish with a marathon, so 42.2 kilometers of running. The first pros, they take approximately 8 hours to finish. It really depends on the course. And the very last amateurs are allowed to finish up to 16 or 17 hours, I'm not sure. But yeah. And then from that Ironman format, you have the half Ironman, so that's exactly half of the distances, 1.9 kilometers of swimming, 90 kilometers of cycling, and a half marathon, so 21.1 kilometers of running. And it's also known as the middle distance race, or 70.3, as that's the total distance in mile, so 70.3 miles to cover. Another good thing to know about triathlon is that you might hear about draft legal races or non-draft legal races. Basically, that's all about the bike leg. Usually speaking, the draft legal races will be the shorter distances, so super sprints, and Olympic distances. These are races where you are allowed to ride in packs, like in groups, with normal road bikes, so you can hide like in the group or behind someone from the wind, which you will usually never see in the longest distances, so half Ironman or full Ironman, because they usually allow, like for the TT bikes, so like super tucked in position, like the super fancy bike and super expensive as well. But that means that you don't have any brakes like on these time trial bars. So now a bit more about who I am. So for all the non-French speakers out there, don't worry. My full name is Grégoire Fournier Bonjour. you don't need to try to say it, spell it, write it, whatever. Just Greg is fine. I think it's international, so yeah, Greg. I'm 25 years old. I'm a master student. Well, I'm in the last year, so that's actually my last week at university, hopefully. I live in northern France. And as far as I can remember, I've always been a sports lover. I grew up fencing for 9 years. I'm surprised I'm still fitting into this mask though. So after that, I stopped completely all sports for 3 years. But when I reached the underweight BMI, yeah, that's how I knew I should definitely start again. So I started to run with these bad boys. So yeah, I would literally just sign up for a race, realize 2 weeks prior that I was not trained at all. So I would go for like, I don't know, 3-4 runs in 2 weeks, maybe 5, and then show up to the race, and usually a 10K. Yeah, that's all I did at the beginning. I actually did pretty well, but yeah, not trained at all. Then I picked up on ice hockey while I was a goalie. This thing is stinking. Ice hockey led me to inline speed skating. And as part of my training, I was already running and cycling. So I already hear you asking, how did you start triathlon? Well, basically that's how it happened. This is Hugo. He finished a 12-hour Ironman within his first year of triathlon. Marion, his sister, got super pumped up about it and got drawn herself into the sport. Marion being one of my best friends, I got inspired by both of them, and a bit of peer pressure I have to say. I finally bought a bike and cycled 158 kilometers the day after. Spoiler alert, that's a terrible idea. It took me about 3 days to recover. It gave me a lot of time to think about triathlon, and about 4 months later, I got registered in my local club. I think this video has already been quite long, so I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna keep for another video all the initial testing, the training details, and my race plans for 2020. Basically, through this channel, I would like to inspire some of you to start pursuing your own dreams, being sports related or not at all. It might be like starting a new activity, to lose or gain weight, to start something you've always dreamt of. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, hit the thumb up button, and you can, like, in the comments leave any question or comments, or if you didn't like the video, please tell me why and make it constructive, and I will try to improve. All that means a lot to me, and that actually could help me a lot in the future. And you will also find all the links to my social profiles in the description. So yeah, if you've come this far, know that I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.